Hello YouTube. In my last video I talked about a battery operated eraser called the Ohuhu, which I had mixed opinions about. So I ran out and bought this one here from Derwent. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Alright, let's take a closer look at this. As you can see, it says Derwent, and it's another one of those battery operated type erasers. We can see here it says battery eraser come electric and a few other little non-English words there. I think pretty much it says it's a battery operated eraser thingy. Smooth and controllable, erase fine detail, and then some more language I do not understand. That kind of looks German there, and that looks French there, and that looks kind of Spanish there, and so does that. Maybe that's Italian. I don't know. All right, so in the back here, you can see that you have Great Britain, which would be the same as English. Erases quickly, accurate, and precise control. 8 long replacement erasers. This smart battery-powered eraser is a handy tool for all artists as it erases quickly and precisely. The control button is positioned so it is held like a pen, perfect for left and right-handed use. The smart battery powered eraser. Wonder what makes it smart. You ask it a question? What came first, the chicken or the egg? So you're going to be silent on this, huh? I guess it's time for a little waterboarding. Just kidding. All right, well, let's go ahead and open her up. No need to read the rest of this because it's all in different languages. And I can see here it's made in China. What isn't made in China these days? But it is a British, or English, I should say English. Well, it's Great Britain, but England. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Yeah. The weapon. I'm going to slice the lilies out of this puppy. And this will go all the way here, across. Alright. I've yet to cut my hand with this package opener, but that day may be fast approaching, I would imagine. Alright. Let's move that out of the way. Now that's light. Okay, that's light. I don't know why I tried to save that package. Alright, so already got one loaded in here. And then it comes with 8 more of these eraser refill thingies. Okay, it's in there snug, which is good. Probably need some batteries. Yeah, get me some batteries here. There we go, 2 batteries. All right. And get the other one in here. Oh, you're going to be stubborn, huh? Let's see, I'll hold this thing in here. There we go. Come on, stay in there. Okay, it's kind of wants to fight me on this battery thing. So the clip part here is starting to come out. Oh, see that thing right there wants to pop out. So we got to get that pressed in there pretty good. All right. So it doesn't have the greatest battery holding thing, and I did read something about that in the reviews. You know, when people buy things from like Amazon, they tell you, you know, what they think, and a lot of people are complaining about this battery thing, and I just kind of experienced the same trouble they are. Well, let's see if it zips. Well, that's quiet. Okay, and let's see how aligned this thing is. Okay, so it too has a little bit of a wobble to it, which I don't like that too much. So let's see if you can see that. Okay. See how it goes side to side there? It's got this wobble like this. Let me pull that out. It has another one of those clip things. See if it has the same problem as the Ohuhu, where you only have so much material left and then it doesn't hold as well. Let's see if that's a problem. Nope, still snug. So that one's actually better than the Ohuhu as far as the snugness. So that's good. I like that. But trying to get this thing to be more aligned. Might have to do some bending or something. I'm not sure. All right. Well, let's see if this thing will sharpen up to a point in a little bit here. But first, I'm going to test it just to see if I can get some clean lines on my drawing. I'm not sure with that wobble there. So far, I'm just wondering if they're all going to be like that. I also ordered a jacquard, which will come in a month, which means I now will have 3 of these battery operated type things. All right, here's this drawing again, which I've already pretty much butchered. Well, let's see how it does here, and if I can get some nice clean lines. Well, I was able to in the beginning, and then that wore down pretty fast. Alright, let me just zoom in there for you guys so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to grab, let's see, how about that dark spot right there? Okay. Alright, it does a great job of eating it all off the paper. Looks like I wear the edge down pretty fast. Now the question is, can I get a point out of this thing? Well, let me extend a little bit of this material here and push that back in, and then I'm going to get that that board, and let's see how it does this with this material here. Give you a nice close-up view. taking me a little longer to do this, but it's getting there. Yeah, it's getting there. It's not very even because of the wobble. You can see if I can show you that it's sanded down to here, but then here it's only sanded down to here. It's kind of off. You can just barely make that out, so it's not straight. Now, instead of using the sandpaper, I could just use the flat board as if I'm erasing the flat board, and that will of course make sure that you don't throw off any material. But so far it's nice and smooth, so it's not breaking off in big chunks like that other material was doing using the Ohuhu. But let's go ahead, and you can see how it works with the you can just do this. You can do this on paper or on a table or whatever. You're basically erasing to a point. Okay, that wasn't good. See that right there? That broke off. So, looks like I'm going to have problems. This material looks pretty much like that material. Let's get it from the same source. And it looks like I'm going to have a little bit of trouble getting a point on here without it breaking off. Trying to be as gentle as possible here. Okay, there we go. I got somewhat of a point on here. Alright. That's kind of a point. It's not the greatest point, but it's a point. Alright, if you get the point. Pun intended. Let me get this out of the way here. Alright. So, make some dots. Alright, well that works out really good. Okay, well the unit's working fine. Now I'm going to bring the Ohuhu back in play here. I can tell you right off the bat, comparing the two, that this Ohuhu is much weightier. It is way weightier. Okay, now you can hear that one. And this one. This one's louder. This one's quieter. What a whiny thing. Okay, down boy, down boy. Alright. It feels okay in the hand. And the motor sounds like it's being loaded down compared to this Ohuhu here, which feels like it has a stronger motor. Okay. So here's the deal. The battery compartment here, I mean, there you go. Look, it's coming out already. See, it's coming out. Look at this. Look at it. See? I kid you not. This thing just doesn't want to stay in here right for some strange reason. You know, I always get these cheap things. Anyway. So, you know, once you get the cover on, you're okay. But you're just going to have to deal with that it's kind of cheap that they did it this way. Ay, ay, ay. This is why you watch a review, right? So you can see all the trouble about the product. And unedited, folks. Showing you as I'm suffering through it. Just have to make sure to hold that down and hold the battery in while you're loading it. It's just long enough to get your cover on here. Okay, it's quieter than this Ohuhu is. It's lighter. This is heavier, much heavier. However, when you're erasing, while it can trowel through just fine, it does sound as if it's loading on the motor somewhat, whereas on the Ohuhu, not so much. It's like the motor just got lots more super punts, okay, on this, and that's probably why it feels so much more substantial. The battery area, much nicer than the Derwent. You don't have the things coming out, although I did have troubles, if you've seen that Ohuhu video, that sometimes this thing would turn on and sometimes it wouldn't. So you have to make sure you got that battery in really nice. And I'm going to make that into a point as well again. But this eraser material, you can see it breaks up into little chunkies. It's not as good as the Derwent's materials. I mean, it's just breaking into pieces. So here's the deal. I'm going to take one of the Derwent's refills. If it will let me. Okay. And I will put this in here and see if now it just makes it so much nicer. Okay, so now let's see if I can do this without it disintegrating on me. Whoa, okay, that's flopping all over the place. I'm starting to see why they use that other material. It's stiffer than this. Here, let me make sure here. Yeah, that's what it is. All right. They may look alike, but they are two different flavors here. The one that comes with the Derwent is much more pliable, it's much more softer, it bends a lot easier than the one that comes with the Ohuhu, which is stiffer. And I think the reason for that they decided to go with a stiffer is because this motor is so much more powerful on the Ohuhu that the floppy eraser does even more of this. Look at that. See that? It's all over the place. See? Look at that. Okay? Whereas with the Derwent, it won't do that. Let me make that. Well, it will a little bit, won't it? Okay. Now, let's compare. Let's make sure they're both out the same amount. Okay, they're both out the same amount. Now, let's give you some dark background here. Let's see which one just blows it all over the place. You see the difference? The one on the right, the Ohuhu, look at that. Because it has a much more powerful motor, and the Derwent's eraser is so much more flexible. Now, if I was to take this weaker Derwent and I was to put one of those Ohuhu erasers in there, the stiffer one, what do you want to bet that it will be even more? Okay, more in control. Let's see here. Make sure they're identical. All right. Again, the Ohuhu is on the right. And now the Derwent's on the left. Look at that. See the difference? Okay. Weaker motor, and I put the stiffer eraser in it, which kept it from doing this. Stronger motor, but a much more flimsier material, which I prefer because it isn't brittle like the harder one is. Well, mystery solved there, folks. Always kind of wondered why it was disintegrating, and appearances are very deceiving here. The Derwent is a softer latex eraser, where the Ohuhu uses a stiffer, a much more brutally type eraser. And the reason why they chose the stiffer one is because the motor is so much more powerful on the Ohuhu that you can even hear it. Hear the difference? This is the Ohuhu, and this is the Derwent. See, this is like a rock. All right. Make sure I get the right clips here. See, now with the stiffer one, see, now the Ohuhu isn't that bad. And then we put the flimsy one back into the Derwent. There you go. Yeah. So the eraser was actually more designed for the motor. The weak motor gets the flimsier eraser, and the powerful motor gets the stiffer eraser, which doesn't allow me to get a really nice point without it falling and disintegrating. This does not disintegrate as much, allowing me to get a point, which I really do need for my drawing. Though I am disappointed in that when you are erasing, it does tend to load the motor down, but that's not a big deal for me because I just need it to do small details of erasing. I don't need to erase big areas. Otherwise, just use the Ohuhu for big areas. They seem to do just fine. This one just kind of feels like it's loading down a little bit more. So anyway, that's the major difference. This is a little more substantial. The price is the same for both, pretty much around the $7, $8 area. Derwent's battery area compartment is real hokey. So once you get the batteries in there, you should be fine. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty much the same. They feel like you hold them the same way. Though I'm pretty sure with the Derwent, if you're going to race for a long period of time, you'll fatigue a lot less because this is a little heavier. Look, it stopped working again. There we go. So something's with the connection in there. I don't know what. Anyway, there you go. The Derwent, the Ohuhu. Those are the two differences between the two. Everything else is relatively the same. Same length, same feel in the hand. One weighs a little more than the other. One seems to have a more powerful motor than the other. One has a stiffer eraser than the other. One has a much more hokey battery compartment. Okay, anyway, it's getting late over here. I thought I'd go ahead and show you the Derwent to see if I finally found that battery operated eraser that I've always longed for, and it's not perfect, but I'll be able to use either one. So hey, thanks for watching this review. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Always appreciate that. Please take the time, click the like, okay? I need some likes. Very important for my self-esteem. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.